What's up, boys and girls? This is Spit Logic, and today I want to just make a quick video to kind of address based on the previous video that I made. So I did a video that explained how I make a pattern, how I start making beats on the Mark II, and there was a comment in the video that was asking about using the factory samples in another project and how to do that. So I gave like a really long explanation when I replied. So what I want to do is actually do it and say it in the video, because I think I could explain it better than I can type it. So first off, what I'm going to do is just kind of show you how you can use those samples in the factory project and then save those samples and use them in pretty much any project that you open up. So first thing you're going to definitely want to have is an SD card hooked into your Mark II. So with your SD card hooked in, I'm not going to go over to the steps to get it formatted and to get it ready for use. Maybe I'll make another video on that, but there are plenty of videos that show you how to first get started with your Mark II. So right now I'm in a different project. This is a different project. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to hit Shift, hit Project, good buddy Shift, and Project 1. So Project 1, that is the factory, the default project. And you can hear, I'm sure anyone that has heard any basic rolling video when this thing first rolled out, you know this sample, you know the sound. So bank 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just remember that, okay? So we're in the project right now. Now, what you're going to want to do, you want to export the project to your SD card, which will save the project, the patterns, as well as all the samples in that project, right? So your good buddy Shift, you're going to hit pad 14, which is going to be your import export button. And you see you have these 4 options right here. You want to scroll down to export to SD card. Now you hit the enter button. And then it's going to ask sample, project, or cancel. You want to scroll down to project, okay? And then it's going to ask you to select the project. And you see what happened is these lights are all blinking because these are all places where I have projects stored on the Mark II. So project 1, our factory project. And in order to export it, you're going to hit enter. And of course, you're going to see it working on exporting the project. Okay, so now that the project has exported, what I'm going to do, I'm going to open up a different project and I'm going to pull from project 1 from the SD card. So good buddy Shift, hit the subpath for the project. Let's go with project number 6. And you can see here different set of samples, different loops, and just a whole different set, right? Now for this project, let's say I wanted to change the drums on here. Find my drums. So these are my drums, but the drums on project number 1 are so much better than the drums on here, right? I don't want to use these drums. I want to use a whole different set of drums. So if I gave you an example of how it sounds, the drum sounds, you can hear the drums right there. So what I will do is first get out of that pattern mode, and these are the samples that I want to replace. So your good buddy Shift, import export. So you want to import from SD card. Now this is where the menu is going to get a little bit tricky. So you're going to hit enter and you want to import a sample. Hit enter again, and you see where you're in your import folder. But if you notice at the very top, there's a little folder icon with a little arrow shooting up. So you hit enter right there, and then you're going to see the three main folders that'll show up if you put your SD card in your computer. It's the backup, export, and import. You want to go to the export folder because that's where you exported your project. So you hit enter, and then you want to go to project, right? And you want to scroll down to where you have project 1. This is the project that we just exported. You hit project 1, and you want to go to SMPL, that's sample. Those are where the samples lie. And you're inside all of the samples. Now, how do you differentiate between what samples and what banks you had from project 1 that you have now? It's very simple. So here on the SP, you see A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. They're not labeled by letter, they're labeled by number. So bank 1 is bank A, 01 is pad 1. So if I do the subpadding, you remember in the video earlier, those are the same samples that we had earlier in bank A and pad 1 through 4. So let's say I wanna replace this drum with this drum. I press the button where I want that drum to go, and you see it lighting up red, kind of a warning that you're gonna be writing over a particular file. And you see right here, these are open banks. These are open places where you can add the drum. So you will hit it, and this is a great feature. Pad exists overwriting. Are you sure? And what you would do, you would hit OK if you want to replace it. And then now, instead of that previous drum, that is the drum that I have. So when I hit exit and hit exit again, I'm back in, right? I think this one was outside of what I had for bus for effects. So now when I go to my pattern, you see it's a different, actually it's not a good representation. Actually, I need to take the gate off of it. So let me go back into the pattern. And you hear it sounds different. So that's really it. That's the simple part of it. You can access this anytime you have that SD card in. And really, when you get to your computer, if you want to, you can transfer that sample folder out of the export into your import folder. So that's all I got. That's all I really wanted to kind of go through, just to kind of address and mitigate any sort of confusion. This is how I know how to use that sample. I'm not sure if there is a way to actually transfer between projects outside of doing this export import feature. But if there's a way within the Mark II to do that, please let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching, and until next time, peace.